Let's talk Cowboys rumors now, as things are interesting on this front. About Dak Prescott, traded the Commanders. This is explainable. It is fake news. It's not going to happen. This is also the opportunity to pile on the Commanders for doing weird things. ESPN reports that the Washington Commanders called every single NFL team about trading for their quarterback. This shows how desperate the Commanders are to find a new QB, but this also makes zero sense, again, for the Cowboys. As a reminder, you trade away Dak Prescott, you incur a $50 million cap charge. You're not going to trade him. You should not want to trade him, and you would never trade him to an in-division rival. And I'll make this point. This is a waste of time for the Commanders. Why are you investing in this? Well, why are you calling the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Bengals, all these teams, the Rams, why are you calling them about their QB? That's stupid. You should. I don't care. It's not due diligence. It's waste of time. The Bills cannot trade in the same way the Cowboys cannot trade their QB with the contract implications. It doesn't make any sense. It's a waste of your time. You should just cross those guys off the list. That's just silly. Dallas is not trading Dak Prescott. Doesn't make any sense from a roster perspective, from a contract perspective, from a being intelligent perspective. And they're certainly not going to do it to a rival. Don't let those Washington edits that popped up on Twitter back when Dak was unsigned fool you. Dallas has no reason whatsoever to move on from Dak. But let's have some fun at the same time. Hypothetically, what would you want in a trade for Dak Prescott? What would you be asking for if it were feasible from a contract perspective? Let me know in the comments section right now. Let's talk Tyrann Mathieu now, as this is pretty interesting as far as I'm concerned. How about signing him? 1 star. And I could have given it fake news. I didn't feel like going back-to-back fake news on one day. I'm just not going to get my hopes up. ESPN's Bill Barnwell says the Cowboys would love a safety such as Tyrann Mathieu. However, they do not ever spend big in free agency. It is simply not Catboys' way. Now, they had a chance years ago to go get Tyrann Mathieu, but they were busy in the Bahamas on vacation, the Jones boys were. And Tyrann Mathieu was, quote, not a scheme fit, which, for the record, was wrong, was probably excuses why they didn't show any interest in him, and also is wrong. Tyrann Mathieu doesn't fit your scheme. It means you got to get a whole new scheme in there. But now you got Dan Quinn. Could things be different with him in charge? Maybe, but don't get your hopes up. I would be a bit surprised if they went big at safety in terms of the investment from a money perspective. Bringing back Jaron Kearse, Malik Hooker, or DeMonte Casey. Drafting somebody? Well, it's possible. But I'm not going to get my hopes up for one of the big-name safeties. Tyrann Mathieu, despite getting older, is still playing at a pretty damned high level. He offers interceptions, tackles for loss, pass breakups. Is he peak Honey Badger? I don't know about that. Is he still really good at football? Oh, yeah, not a doubt about that one. And I think he's going to command some significant money on the open market. Now, he's not going to get Jamal Adams money. Don't worry about that front. He could get $14 million a year. Cowboys weren't going to pay Byron Jones that at corner. I think they're going to pay Tyrann Mathieu double what they tend to pay at maximum outside free agents. No, is my answer on that front. I think Mathieu will be too expensive in the end. However, I do think there are other safeties who could make some sense for you on the open market. So since producer Brett is not in the office right now, name a safety who you guys want to sign. Yeah, producer Chug's on board there. Let me know in the comments. What safety do you guys want to sign this offseason? Let's talk draft here, mock draft style. George Karlaftis. That was the mock draft pick by Mel Kiper in his latest NFL mock draft. Now, Karlaftis' power is impressive. That is how he wins. I am concerned, though, about his speed, his athletic ability. And I don't think it's an accident he is apparently not working out at the Combine this week because, frankly, I think he's scared to compete. He ain't gonna test well Now, he's not built as a speed rusher, but edge could be a need for Dallas, and if he's there in late round 1, I have a lot more interest in that than I do Karlaftis at, say, pick 15 or 13 or something along those lines. I think the value gets a little bit more palatable. So before we break down what Kiper said on Karlaftis in his latest mock draft, who do you want to take in round 1? Let me know a name or names in the comments section. Here's what Kiper wrote. For now, let's get them a defensive end who would allow Micah Parsons to play more snaps at linebacker. I'm going to stop you right there, Mel. Although it is fine to use Parsons at both, I don't think your draft strategy should be, let's make our best player play more snaps at a less impactful position. Edge is still a need, but the goal should not be, let's put Parsons at off-ball linebacker. It's, let's make sure we can use Parsons as the dynamic weapon that he is. Continuing, Karlaftis didn't have eye-popping stats in 2021, but he is a good run defender who could get more sacks in the NFL than he had in college. He had just 4.5 last season. He's tough, physical, and though he doesn't have the physical tools of a few other edgers in the class, Karlaftis' athletic testing numbers at the combine will be closely watched. Well, he's not doing the drills, apparently, at the combine, which is disappointing because I'm curious how he would have tested. I've got concerns on that level. Back end of round 1, I think that's better value for Karlaftis, and he would be a good fit. Frankly, if you're trying to replace DeMarcus Lawrence, but keeping Randy Gregory, that play style actually kind of works out a decent-ish amount for the Cowboys. I have other edges ahead of them, but I would have more interest in different players. I wouldn't hate the Karlaftis pick. I know people would love it. I would not be the highest on that selection if he would pick, but I wouldn't be mad at it that much either. The Cowboys Report is also on Rumble. So show your support for the show by following us at rumble.com/CowboysTV. Rumble's another video platform, but unlike YouTube, not always censored, which means I can drop F-bombs over there when we do some fun stuff. So, we're taking Cowboys Report not safe for work on Rumble in terms of language and other fun activities that are not that type of activity. Rumble.com/CowboysTV. Go follow us and support us over there.